Uh-oh.
I don't think so.
Tyler just hit a button and I don't know what it does.
Yeah, it's a button. For recording, oh, what you think? Woohoo! We're here drinking today. We were just gambling at the bar. Isaac, how'd we do earlier?
We didn't do good, baby.
We did great. Forgot to say I'm here with my clever co-host, Isaac Sagafis.
Hello.
We have even cleverer Jason Smith.
We are so up right now.
And the cleverest, Josh Quinn.
I'm down the least, which means I'm the smartest.
Tyler, can you ask Jason what kind of shirt he's got on?
Jason, what kind of shirt you got on?
I was at a Joyce Manor concert pretty recently, and a certain somebody or two co-hosts of this podcast just love to see me in like weeb band shirts. So there was a Sailor Moon Joyce Manor shirt, and that's what we're rocking today.
If you want to buy Jason's soiled Joyce Manor's shirt, just send us what, $80, $90, $300 because it's up what you think. But I heard Jason is bringing us a fancy story today.
Yeah, Jason.
Take her away.
So this is one that if Lauren were here, she might appreciate a little bit, but she's too cool to hang out with us. But how many of y'all know about the town of Shawano around Green Bay?
I've heard of it, yeah.
Been there a couple times.
Nice lake in there, a couple sketchy gas stations.
Wait, Shawano or Shawano?
Is it Shawano, part of the Indian reservation?
It's just south of it. I don't think it's on it.
I've been there a time or two.
Am I stupid? Isn't it
Yes,
Shawano?
you
Is that
No.
a different town?
Yeah.
Shawano.
No, that's how it's
Schwabanon?
spelled.
That's how it's spelled, but it's pronounced
Shawano.
Shawano.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you white devil. Get out of here with that.
Something.
Seriously.
Get out of here with that crap, Josh.
Tyler, can you kill him?
All right, Jason,
Yes.
let's hear more about it.
So
Yes.
if some of our listeners have heard of that town, they
Jason,
may
let's be real.
know-
We don't have any listeners.
Okay, all 10 of you listening, that's probably like 4 of us are the
All of us
co-hosts.
times 2, and maybe my mom and your mom.
Don't forget.
It's true.
And hi, Corey.
Yeah, hi, Corey. Hi, John
So-
Hummel.
That's okay.
I'm hugging John Hummel, and I'm kissing Corey on the lips next time I see him.
Okay.
So anybody who knows
Okay.
the town of Shawano may know that there's a supposed cult in the area that
What?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
It's like that show all over again.
Oh, man. Jason, what kind of cult
Just
is
keep
this?
laying it on us, buddy.
So
Are they a butt stuff cult? I bet they're a butt stuff.
that kind of details I don't have. They declined our request for interviews for this particular topic.
Did you actually submit a request?
Oh, of course I did.
Wow,
That's
he's way
research.
better than we are.
But the Samantha Roy Institute of Science and Technology, also known as SIST, and unofficially known as the Ramas for like people who are in town. They're a very secretive, fundamentalist, maybe Christian-like group around Shawano, Wisconsin. So kind of like we alluded to before, Shawano is about 40 miles west of Green Bay. I don't know how many of y'all know like Highway 29. Josh is dying with some horseradish. Right, that is a lot. Oh my God. Are
Just
you
don't look at
okay?
him. Just don't look at him.
He's
Go to the
actively
bathroom, Josh.
dying right now.
Josh, go to the bathroom.
So you drive over on Highway 29 in
He's just-
northeastern Wisconsin, and Shawano is believe it or not, the county seat of Shawano County. There's about 9,200 residents. It's a very nice, like rural, like tranquil area. Like there's that big lake in town, along with like the Wolf River nearby.
What's the lake?
Shawano Lake.
Oh, that's fitting.
So like it's like a nice like outdoorsy like town, like lots to do around the area if you're kind of like into stuff like that. So
Jason gave me something sharp, baby.
Isaac kind of stabbed.
I may have been
Tyler.
stabbed. Oh.
I'm not allowed to have buttons no more.
So that's a little bit about like the town itself, but like kind of getting back into the group itself. The group
No,
was
Isaac,
founded
I'm not
by
okay.
a man named Rama Beria, who is
That's not a real name.
he's a Hindu
Actually-
who converted to Christianity, who then later changed his name to Dr. Rama Chandra.
You could just
Wait,
change your name to
Wait, he
Doctor,
changed his name to Doctor?
like Dr. Wilcox.
I mean,
Tyler, no one knows who that is.
We're all-
Oh, like doctor.
I
Is
don't
he-
want to.
Is he a doctor?
I don't know that much about his,
Qualifications?
education.
Prerequisites? Is that good?
but he also then later changed his name to Abraham Cohen. So, like, he kind of goes through these phases.
I mean, I know a lot of Indian people named Abraham, so that makes sense.
Avraham.
Oh.
There's the V. So
That makes more sense, I guess.
But the group has existed in Shawano since the 70s and originally was known as the Disciples of the Lord of Jesus Christ.
Okay,
Okay.
that doesn't sound too bad.
You know?
That sounds like a normal fundamentalist church.
Yeah. So something that's like kind of funny, like when researching this, like there was like a 2012 article from the Southern Poverty Law Center's Intelligence Report magazine.
Hey, there's a lot of new information coming out about the Southern Poverty Law Center.
Exactly.
I've heard of them.
But so there were a bunch of former members who spoke out about the SIST for alleged abuse, ranging from like beatings, tortures, starvation, maybe a little child abuse and neglect from the leader and like his like
Normal
best
cult.
followers. So like your standard things. That same, like the Southern Poverty Law Center labeled the group as a general hate group for its very anti-Catholic beliefs.
Good.
So you have to say,
You know what? A broken clock is right twice a day.
So, I mean, they're definitely like, they throw out like hate things for different groups, but there's usually not a ton of anti-Catholic ones out there.
I mean, I don't want to
You'd be
get
surprised.
I don't want to get into like too much politics, but this is a organization that also funded the KKK.
Yeah, so I didn't. Maybe a different episode. I don't know.
Oh man.
But so, like I said, the group was formed in the 70s by Rama Bahira. So he was a Hindu-born Christian from India. So there are sources that say that he received a vision from God telling him to spread his word.
A vision from was he on a mission from
They're
God?
on a mission from God.
What else was he spreading besides his word?
Well, he wanted to
Chlamydia.
convert people to Christianity.
That's what I was getting at. Josh, thanks for reading between the lines.
So he studied college in India, immigrated to the U.S., did some studying of nuclear engineering at Columbia, but then
It's
he just nuclear, yeah,
nuclear.
and nuclear.
Are you telling me Indian Homer J. Simpson started a cult in Shawano?
Well, then he moved to Green Bay
A Schwabanon.
because God told him that he needed to evangelize the Wisconsinites.
Hey,
We are a bunch of heathens.
That actually checks out.
you know
No,
what? No, that is very anti-Catholic.
So like that part was kind of funny. So that he settled down around Shawano because that's where he could like buy up a little bit of land. And that's like the current area where his like compound is at.
Still, to this day?
To this day, it's still
Is
there.
he still alive?
Yeah, well, I think so.
Well, there can't be a well. Is he
Jason, you're
alive
the
or not?
fact checker, bruh.
Well,
I
no,
mean-
that's not true. There was that one
Jason.
cult leader lady who died in
Are there-
Colorado.
He's changed his name so many times, it's kind of hard.
Okay,
to
I guess that makes
like,
sense.
I research in the same state of mind as I podcast for that
Drunk?
specific memory to do. So, like, some things get a little lost in the ether.
Today,
Are
he
there-
is
so
known,
there's still people on his compound.
today
Yeah.
he is known as Aaron Rodgers.
Whoa, I see what you did there.
Debating wearing that today, but
But with
like
just-
the weeb shirt's better.
Just one A,
Not
Not
your
AA
IM,
Ron.
not Aaron.
I got a button.
but
Put that away.
so like just a little bit north of town, like on like
got blood on
highway like 47, 55, like how they kind of like merge together a little bit. Like it's just like right on one of the side roads, just a little bit north of town. So
That's
like
great. So you can still just go there.
Yeah, what happens if I rolled up there? Would they let me in?
I'll get into that
Are you
a little bit later, but like
I'd
yeah.
just go check it out if he's cool.
So kind of like getting into like some of the like
Do not redeem.
into the formation of it.
Unless you
Uh,
redeem in the kingdom of heaven.
So it was about like those like mid to late 70s where he established that little insular religious group in the Shawano area. And like I said, it was called the Disciples of the Lord Jesus Christ.
How many followers did he have when he started?
I feel like it was at least like in not quite like 100 or so.
That many
Dude,
people? That's actually
Could you
nuts.
imagine, like, just being you and trying to get followers, Tyler? We can't even get friends.
Hey there, feller. You want to follow Jesus?
Okay,
Yeah,
but
let me tell you a story.
that would be like 100 people showing up in Monroe and then starting a convent.
That's
in
what I'm saying.
Monroe.
I
But
don't
didn't
understand
say
how
like
you can-
100. It was like less than 100 though. But still, it's like
I mean, more than 5?
yeah. There's,
Yeah,
I
but
feel
if
like-
they say
I only have 4
It's
friends and
still
they're
a
all
group.
sitting here.
It's still a
if
decent
they
sized
describe
group.
if they describe the group as less than 100, I feel like it's more than 50, which is still a lot for a small town.
But also they call the property a compound, so like it's a decent number of people.
So it's like the Brodesava where Kelly's at. That's
Where's
actually
that,
close
where's
to that.
shootout that happened at that one?
That was
compound?
Waco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not good. Not good. We don't need anyone on the whoa.
But kind of getting into like the later 70s, there were some incidents near the compound. So there were multiple reports around like 1978 that there were like shots fired around the residence that were associated with the group's leader. The accounts don't really, at least as far as like the stuff that I could access, because, you know, a lot of like the newspaper stories from like back then are all on like the microfilm. And it's kind of like annoying to just do if you're like drunk searching stuff. But they included or they didn't really have the exact police reports, but there were some things just kind of from the free stuff, there weren't really injuries or arrests, but it's
But shooting near trespassers and
exactly
stuff.
that kind of thing. There were several retrospective summaries and interviews with ex-members that mentioned around this time there were pipe bombs that were thrown into and detonated around the field of the compound.
Okay, to be fair, late 70s, early 80s, there was a lot of people just blowing up pipe bombs in rural Wisconsin.
And it could have just
And
been
having intercourse.
fireworks.
Yes.
But all those reports described that there were no fatalities or injuries, and they characterized the event as part of a period of heightened tension between the cult and the people of the town.
Well, so the strange thing is at this time, the government was very much anti-cult.
Exactly.
So I'm surprised there's not
Isn't everyone anti-cult?
But cults were also pretty prevalent at that time.
Yeah, that's
So they had to focus.
Yeah.
So the people that were causing a lot of issues.
I'm honestly surprised that there wasn't an FBI or an ATF style.
There probably was some sort of investigation at least.
But the leader and his followers claimed that it was a Vatican conspiracy and a white supremacist attack against their group.
Okay, so
that's why all
those
these
two
were
things
going.
don't overlap because the KKK doesn't like Catholics. So
Yeah, but imagine that your group was so just fundamentally right against everything and everybody that they united the KKK and the Catholics to attack you.
Wow. That's
That's
magic.
how true your stuff is.
Okay.
That's truly
Wait,
biblical,
Jason.
Josh. That's biblical.
I do have to interrupt this broadcast for some breaking news, actually.
Oh, boy.
So you've heard it first on this podcast. Let's hear some music. Actually, don't hit any of those buttons.
I don't remember.
No, actually, don't hit any of those buttons. Because one will play a whole episode. I'm just joking. Hey, so today we are drinking. Okay, enough, Josh. We're drinking Grillo's Pickle Pabst beer. We're drinking some Pecatonica beer. We're drinking some St. Bernardus. We're having martinis over here. I'm having it with olives, garlic stuff.
I've got the same thing.
What's your breaking news, Ty?
The breaking news is what we're drinking. We got really drunk this morning. I forgot to say what we're drinking, but we're drinking a lot of stuff.
Tyler,
right
we had
now.
breakfast too, though.
We did have breakfast at Paul's in Middleton. We gambled there before. We all won, right, guys?
Yeah.
We did all win.
And the only reason we had breakfast was because we had to wait till the liquor store opened. So we had to have
That's actually true.
That is
drink and gamble until that opened
And
up.
back to your regular scheduled podcast.
All right. So kind of leading from those late 70s into the early 80s, there were actually a couple alleged kidnappings or deprogramming incidents where it's people from the town would kidnap people from the cult in order to kind of help them escape from the cult, just to kind of remove them from the group. And a lot of those actions ended up drawing a lot of national attention to Shawano.
National attention to Shawano is never a good thing.
Yeah, that doesn't actually, those two words don't go together.
Anytime you see a rural town kind of somewhat near where you're from in the news, it gets a little weird.
Yeah.
the Hitler salutes for Baraboo.
Ooh, yeah.
I have
Or Kirk Bergson from Minocqua.
yeah, no shit.
So in 1982, there was certain reports noting that the leader had really stopped speaking out to the media, especially after a lot of negative backlash from what was done before. And getting into the 90s, that's about when he changed his name to Ramachandra Samantaroy. That's when he did the whole did it out, and he rebranded the organization from the God, what did I say before? The Disciples of the Lord Jesus Christ to the Dr. R.C. Samantha Roy Institute.
And we still don't know if he's...
Yeah,
so
seriously.
he basically took the cult from Jesus and made it about himself.
Yeah,
And then made himself a doctor.
exactly. Because that makes you more credible. So the reporting frames this change
Can
as
I
part
be a
of
doctor, Ty?
it's a strategic rebranding in a way to make it as more of an educational.
But he already had
institute or
people
college.
living there.
Yeah, but he's trying to get more people and make it more of
So now it's a
formal-
college.
So it's a more formal corporate nonprofit-y kind of identity for their activity.
So he had to start paying taxes on his compound and was like, wait. I have a nonprofit school here.
If you end up looking into tax records for uncollected tax for the state of Wisconsin, because a lot of that is published out there,
Yeah.
you end up seeing a lot of his stuff put out there.
That's why that's why I had to pay more taxes because of this guy.
Exactly. So another thing when that kind of shift is kind of like how I was saying, like sketchy gas stations and stuff, because like that's like one of the routes I would kind of like go down to if I was going down to like Green Bay or like Appleton or whatever, was like kind of shoot down there. There were some gas stations that weren't just like your normal like.
Well, I figured a lot of those up there too were like resi, but this is close to the res, but not a resi.
Exactly. So
okay.
They started expanding into certain business ventures into the area.
Wait, I'm not trying to be weird about this, but you're saying a guy from India started a gas station?
And
What's
other
next?
things.
He started a liquor store? Maybe a motel?
Tyler, no!
Oh, man.
So the cult and
I
their
didn't realize
affiliated
this was Groundhog
entities,
Day, 'cause that happens every day.
They purchased multiple local businesses, so like hotels, gas stations, apparently a racetrack, which I didn't really know about, and like a restaurant in and around Shawano. And a lot of those basically went like belly up pretty fast. So like lots of foreclosure, receivership, bankruptcy, and a lot of lawsuits. And basically the group just like blamed all of the problems. It's not like they were mismanaged. Like they were 100% legit and managed well. It's the mayor and the townsfolk are all like racist.
Oh, so you're saying it's Kirk Bangstad again? Kirk Bangstad?
So
fucking Minocqua.
Exactly. So he's basically, it's like, no. It's like the entire town or a bunch of
I'm not terrible. Just everybody else is terrible.
And also, I've never filed a permit for everything I'm going to do.
Also, I'm a big fat loser that... Oh, wait. I'm talking about Kirk again.
Actually, can't say that.
I can't say that.
The one Secret Service
we'll have
guy
to edit
listen
that out.
to this later. Like, I hope you enjoy the rest of the podcast. This is all just like an in-joke.
Yeah.
But Wisconsin Court of Appeals opinion, like their documents and litigation and all that, like between the local businesses and creditors and the cult affiliated entities over their commercial practices desks and all that have like started like rolling out around like the mid 2000s. Believe it or not, in 2007, they had another name change. This is when he changed his name.
He?
Well, he changed his name to Abraham Cohen, and this kind of aligned with like another shift. So this one is more of like a theological one.
So do they still have, like how many followers do they have at this point?
I think it's like kind of like the same amount.
So like the same old crotchety people sticking around?
Yeah.
That still seems like too many. I don't know how you fall in the cult lifestyle like that.
That's what I'm saying.
That's too many for the post-internet age.
There's a whole playbook on like how to keep people in cults, though, where it's like you kind of isolate their like.
So you're saying I can Google it. I can Google it.
That's it. Yeah. You starve them to death.
Tyler, I'm starting a cult, baby. You want to be in it?
So did he start a cult too? Like, because most cults too, they end up turning into a thing where the leader has to bang all the wives, basically. Is that something that they're doing too?
I don't know specifically that, but there was like a lot of like abuse from followers who left, they said, and like
from followers or two followers?
No, two followers.
Okay.
Like that's like people who left said that they had experienced.
They
like,
probably tried to redeem.
Stuff like that. Do not redeem. But yeah, so like the main reason for his like drift, like he was trying to shift a little bit towards Judaism at that time.
Oh, so yeah.
He adopted the Jewish name, and other local reporting community sources describe him affiliating with a Baltimore synagogue. And he was using his Jewish forms of his and wife's names for signing a lot of those documents.
Wait, he's got a wife?
Yeah, what's his wife's name?
I don't have his wife's name.
Come on!
Like I said, state-specific searching, I didn't think that was...
So he went from Hindu to evangelical Christian to Jewish?
Yes.
Come on, Josh. Follow with the fucking program.
In between there, he was also a professor or a doctor.
Well, that was part of his,
he's still a doctor,
Christian
bro.
age.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dr. Christian.
You don't lose that title once you gain it, buddy.
So around November 2008, Shawano police and the FBI were notified after...
this is like fairly recent.
This is current.
Still?
This is like...
Oh, so it's still happening.
Yeah. It just started in the
doctor,
70s.
if you want to come on our podcast, we will redeem.
If you want a platform to let the people hear what you have
Way
to
to spin
say.
your mic away, Ty. We will redeem.
So a former associate provided a list of about 60 local officials, residents, and journalists that members of the cult had named as people that they wanted taken care of.
What?
And
what does that mean? Like, tuck them in and wipe their butts or kill them?
100%.
Yes.
I think that's how it got
In that order, Isaac? Or do you
wipe their butt and then kill them?
So federal authorities were warned that about those who were named and had to do some investigations around there. And a good number of those people just like left the town for their own safety.
So, but they live on the other people live on the compound.
Yeah, the people in the cult.
How close is this to the town?
Oh, like stone's throw? Like,
Do they have children that like go to the local school and stuff, or do they?
Probably. I would
Okay.
assume, unless it's like a homeschool operation. I didn't look into the
Like the Mennonite,
It
like the
actually
Amish.
would probably be like a homeschool thing. I don't know. Abraham, if you want to come onto the pod and clarify, like you're more than welcome.
So if he's still
Isaac.
if he's alive, how old is he?
He's got to be like
70 or something.
70s at least if he started this in the late 70s.
Yeah, he was in college in the 70s. So
I never went to college, Jason. Does that mean I'm not old?
So he's from India. I don't want to be that type of guy, but is he an actual citizen? Did he actually achieve citizenship?
I mean, he went for nuclear engineering and stuff like that. So if you're
probably gonna
STEM
H-1B
fields
and
yeah,
green card.
like I don't know how it was.
I
back
mean,
in like the 80s.
I'm just saying, like,
I mean, I'm also going to play he's from India. Like, cults are very common in India.
right. I'm just saying a lot of the people I know that come over here, they don't actually get real citizenship until they're like 30, maybe 40 years old.
Yeah.
It sounds like he was doing this cult stuff before that. And I'm very surprised if he got citizenship. Well, it's like, oh yeah, I'm a cult leader. That's my job.
Which name did he get citizenship with? You know,
But it's like he's changed it so many times. Like,
yeah, I guess.
It's got to get extended.
Abraham, that's a name from Illinois, I think. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But more or less up to current times, there's
like,
just
how
been,
is he not arrested yet?
It's just a lot.
And how does he get
people-
money to start these other businesses?
Yeah, Jason,
His
I want
members.
money.
If you're at the top of the pyramid,
you solicit.
get it.
Yeah,
from
you just
everyone underneath
solicit
you.
the money from.
Josh,
I just
no soliciting. Every door in Wisconsin, no soliciting, Josh.
I just don't understand how like con artists like this. Not saying he's a con artist. Who knows?
Yes,
we
he
haven't,
is.
we haven't talked
Every
about what we
cult
thought
person
about.
is a con
We
artist.
haven't talked about what we think it is.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
I
But-
probably got like a couple more minutes left.
Yeah, no,
before we get into
Jason,
that.
kiss me.
I'm just saying,
After-
how do people like this go so long without
That's what
facing
I'm
legal
saying.
repercussions?
Because,
Just, it's loophole after loophole, and
not-
if you just keep delaying,
So
and
they're
causing
smart?
new things,
They're smart.
Yes.
they get a couple smart people in
Right?
with them.
I'm
also
just like, if
like-
you could put a little bit of that effort into something else, you could probably do so much more.
Exactly.
But it's just like, hey, you came over here for nuclear engineering. That's fucking awesome. But you need more nuclear plants.
But the thing is, he
Like-
got a message from God saying that he had to evangelize Wisconsin, though.
Because Tyler drinks too much?
But if God tells you to do something, are you just going to?
But wasn't he Hindu?
He converted.
I would not listen to him and burn down a bunch of villages.
Wouldn't
But would you open a gas station?
Wouldn't you? If he's like, hey, Tyler, you can be rich, baby.
Okay.
Hey, we're back!
We're back.
What you think?
Okay, so
We thought too much.
more or less into today, there's just a lot of legal battles that are still going on, and that's about the most of like the news stuff that they're kind of in nowadays, because they try to keep themselves pretty closed off, minus like what's in the courts.
Well, why would you make yourself public if you have enough money to be sustainable? You're old enough where you're like, hey, I'm not going to have 1 million followers, but I also don't want to die in jail.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's just like, the more you try to put yourself out there and talk to the press, that it's just
Who wants to talk to
that's
the
thing.
press?
I mean,
we all know the Journal Sentinel is just terrible.
I actually, I'm surprised I haven't heard of this, because I've heard of other cults in Wisconsin, and usually
Same.
they try to
We
be
actually
public.
lost a good friend to a cult in Wisconsin.
Well, they try to be public. They try to recruit people that way. This guy seems like he's fairly private and fairly like just, I'm going to recruit local folks and that's it. Right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's a little different than other cult people that are like
I know, Tyler.
flamboyant and out there.
Ask us what we think, baby.
No, we got a couple more minutes, baby.
Like I
Really?
said, I'll just like sum it up pretty quick, but nowadays a lot of like the records just really go as like a lot of like super aggressive litigation tactics by like them and their affiliated entities. There is, even in 2015, like there was like a lawyer and a corporate manager of theirs that were like suspended from the Wisconsin bar for like public attacks on judges and other misconduct during the litigations.
Wait. Who was suspended?
One of their lawyers and like a corporate manager.
Is he part of the cult too? Like,
Yeah.
why would he?
No, he was
they
one
had
of
a-
their
What?
lawyers.
They had a lawyer in the cult too?
Yeah.
So a nuclear engineer, a lawyer. Who else do they have?
I mean, they
Probably a
have,
goat
like,
herder.
doctor and other stuff. Probably.
Jesus.
No, he is a doctor. Remember, he changed his name.
Isaac, you best put that away now.
That's sharp, Ty.
But yeah, like I said, they're mostly like pretty reclusive now outside of like maybe like one or two businesses that are kind of like afloat. And they just are basically just like stuck in litigation thing about like the taxes and all the other stuff.
I know this is a weird question. What is the average diet like at this cult?
It is a weird question.
Is it just like cornmeal and like other
That is
cults?
a weird question.
Are they eating well?
Yeah, what are they cooking? Who's cooking it? Because if he's from India, he probably wants
How do they
curry.
dress? Do they dress in robes?
That wasn't in my research.
Are they like the Moonies?
Do they shit in the street? Is there an open sewer system? Or do they poop in toilets?
Designated?
That's good.
Designated toilet?
That's good.
All right. We're going to go around. I mean, this is a long episode, but cults are fascinating. We haven't done any episodes about cults except for the cult of Isaac's butthole. Isaac, I'm going to start
Small.
What do you think about this cult thing? Do you think this doctor, lawyer knows what he's talking about?
I don't think that he can call himself although I do call myself a doctor too.
Allegedly.
I don't know how you start a cult, so I'm confused. Other than that, I got nothing. I was like, good for him. If he can get 100 people, 100 stupid people like that guy right there.
He's pointing at Josh.
To follow him, like, good for him.
Yeah. I mean,
but I don't understand how they work. So
I don't get it either. Like how you fall into that, I feel like you have to have something.
How do you
wrong
get
with
brainwashed?
I don't know.
Josh, are you brainwashed right now?
Speaking of which, you should drink some Pecatonica beer. Pecatonica beer.
All right, I get it.
Josh,
I get it.
What do you think of this?
I'm genuinely surprised. I didn't know anything about this cult. It follows the normal pattern of like U.S. cult structure where it's an evangelical church. They start up, they recruit a very small amount of members, and then they just kind of build a compound and are just a general nuisance to like a small town.
What counts as a small amount, though?
But that's just
100's pretty big.
This seems like larger than what is.
It's not like you have like 12 people.
Because usually you hear about these down in like, Kentucky or Arkansas or like somewhere where there's
Arkansas?
Yes, Arkansas. Where like there's a lot of open nothing, but this isn't that far from Green Bay.
I mean, and there's a lawyer there too, right? Like, so it's not like you have nothing else going for you. Because I feel like for cult activity, a lot of times it's like they have nothing else going for them, so they join the cult to feel, a sense of belonging or this or that. Like this guy,
this is right on a lake.
Yeah,
is he looking it up?
Yeah, I see the map.
Yeah, I'll show you guys afterwards.
I'm looking right
now. And you'll post it to the Facebook, Jason.
I don't know if I want to put an address there, but
I mean, I think you just post a picture of the lake. Jason, you did the most research on this. What do you think about it?
Yeah,
I think they have a golf course.
There's an L building, like an actual L.
Okay, Isaac. Jason, what do you think?
There's a golf course.
So kind of like what I guess I forgot to like say a little bit in the research, how like Tyler was talking about like interactions with the locals. Like there is like a thing in the area about like driving close to the compound on one of like the side roads that gets you close to like the main driveway that's like all blocked off. And there's a lot of stories about people who will get like followed and chased by like cars from the compound back into town and stuff like that.
Maybe we should take a road trip up there.
It's just like a lot of like the people in town, like, or like high schoolers and stuff will call them like Rama raids, basically, where it's like you just park out there, get their attention, and drive off as they're like following.
What if we get the Paulding light to follow us all the way down to Shawano?
I don't know. I'll have Momo in the car and he'll protect me. I guess back to me. I don't know what to think about this. I just don't like cults at all. I think it's actually pretty crazy if you can have influence over people like that and use it in such a way that it's not a good way. And like the leaders have to know this is BS, right? And like, don't you have enough conscience to eventually feel like maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe I've went too far. And I guess I just don't understand how people could be like that. But that's how I think. We're wondering what you think. We're drinking some Pecatonica beer. We got some of that Grillo's new PBR. We got some Sweet Tarts.
If you're listening, we need a sponsor.
We do need a sponsor. We have some Warheads. We're not drinking hams yet. That's kind of crazy. We had hams earlier. Isaac, you're drinking some St. Bernardus. This is what you think.